Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's talk about my most impractical, fun, fabulous, silly bags? No, I'm not going to call them silly. My good friend here on YouTube, Dale, has created a tag talking about your silly, impractical bags, and I will link Dale's video down below in the description box. I don't call any of my bags silly. They're not silly, they're fabulous. They may not be to everybody's liking. They may not be the most practical or the most usable bags, but they're fabulous. And let's start with the one from the thumbnail, shall we? She is cashmere. She is cashmere, and I live in a climate in Ireland that rains a lot, and she's basically a walking jumper. I don't care. She's fab. She's fab. Some people might think that was a bit of a silly purchase because, you know, cashmere, it's not exactly known as being the most hardy, hard-wearing, durable fabric for a handbag. Does not care. Loves her. I think she's fab. I just think, for me, handbags are not all about usability or durability. Certainly, I have some bags in my collection which are for hard wearing and hard use. The first being the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I use this bag every single day going to work. I think she's a fabulous workhorse of a bag. I also happen to have beside me my Chanel 19, which also I think is another very usable bag. So I do have bags, other Louis Vuitton canvas bags, which I think are great bags. So I do have bags that are very, very usable and very good for everyday use. But for me, a bag, whenever I fall in love with a bag or I go to spend this amount of money on a bag, it's not always about how usable it is, how durable it is, or how I'm going to use it on an everyday basis. I am very much led by the heart. I'm a sentimental Sally. I'm also extremely impulsive. I'm also very much triggered by colours and fabrics and sequins and textures. I love it. I love luxurious fabrics. I love soft. I love bright colours. They just make me feel good and they make me feel happy. And when I use them and wear them, that make me feel good and feel happy. And for me, that is the use of a bag that I love. So yes, I do have usable and practical bags in my collection, but today let's talk about some of my most fun bags that might not be the most sensible or practical purchases, but we love them and they're fabulous. I refuse to call them silly, even though that's the name of the tag. No, 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 no. This has to be one of those because she's cashmere and it rains a lot. Next one, let's stick with the bags that remind me of Dale. That one she shipped to me. This one I call the Dale, and it is the Fendi Baguette in the purple sequins. I love her. I don't care that some people may think it is daft to spend luxury level money on a sequenced bag. Sequins fall off. Luckily mine, I think, is still intact. I know some have fallen off Dale's beautiful magenta pink bag. Stunning, stunning, stunning. But I don't care that sequins are going to fall off this. I don't care that she might be going to get a little bit tatty, and I don't care that she might not always look her absolute best. I don't look my absolute best all the time, and I still quite like me sometimes. It depends what mood you get me on. But, and yes, a lot of caffeine today. But this is one of those bags that when I use and when I wear, I just feel good. I just feel like she's a moment. I just love her. So that for me is enough. That for me is enough for this price point, enough for using this bag. She doesn't have to be a bag that I use every day. A lot of my bags I don't buy to be bags that are going to be used every day. She is one some people might think silly. I just think she's fabulous. Fabulous, darling. She's not a bag, she's a baguette. Next on this hyper run through of my most impractical bags has to be this Louis Vuitton Petite Mal in the brocade? Jacquard? I'm not exactly sure. I think somebody did tell me before. This is fabric. This is all embroidered fabric. It is from the 1854 collection and it is very light grey and almost white. I have to admit, this bag I am cautious about using. I've never used this bag. I have in my mind's eye this bag at a wedding on a table, and you know there's always one table at a wedding that there's the white tablecloth and it's covered by a big red wine stain. When I see this bag, I picture that, and I am worried, I admit, about setting this bag down on the table and the red wine stain coming onto the bag. So yes, she is absolutely not the most practical bag in the world. She's not the most usable bag in the world, but she is absolutely a piece of art. She's stunning, she's beautiful, she's rose gold, she's different. I just love her. And the lack of practicality of this bag, I don't even really, Yes, I get a bit ashamed sometimes that she's still sitting on the shelf and I haven't used her, but the lack of practicality in no way makes me think about getting rid of this bag, because when I look her, I grin like an idiot. What's next? I have probably so many of these, I could almost do my whole collection. Prada. She's made of straw, or raffia, or one of those types of materials. I'm not well versed in that. Don't care, love her. This is one of my summer bags that I got last year, and I just love the orange, the natural colours with the white. She just is summer in a bag for me and I love her. When I take this bag out, I feel like summer. I feel happy. I feel like I should be wearing denim cutoffs and I should have a baggy t-shirt on and I should be going for cocktails at the beach and the sun is setting across the palm trees and I live in a very lovely warm climate and it's just luxurious and beautiful and wonderful, and that is what this bag represents to me, and that will never be silly. That is just fun, and it is life, and it is dreams and hopes and sunshine, and yes, I'm getting carried away, but I love this bag that much because she represents all of that. And I do a very, very difficult job. I do a very heavy job. I work a lot, so I just at times come in here and look at bags like this to imagine one of the reasons why I do that for. Obviously it's for my children and my family, but those vacations, those holidays, that is what we work towards to get to and to enjoy. And this bag is just that wrapped up in a bag. So as silly as she may be, being made of straw, living in Ireland, I will never ever regret her because she sums that up for me, and she makes me, I look at her and she takes me away in my mind to a very far distant place. Next one, as I go on my tour around this room, she's shaped like a kidney bean. Yep, Dior Saddlebag, shaped like a kidney bean. Looks like one of the larger bags in my collection. Fits about the same as a mini bag. This bag does not fit very much at all because of the shape of it. Some people think the shape of this bag makes her look quite ridiculous, and why would one be buying a bag that's shaped like that? I think she's cool. I think she's cool and she's edgy. I like to use her. I like to use her handheld. I think whenever I put her on with something very simple, I feel like it adds something to it. She makes me smile, and that's a big part of this for me. So is she a silly shape? Probably, absolutely. Is she a silly bag? No, never. Let's do one more on the tour. As I say, there's quite a few. This one has velvet and is very expensive. Until I got my Birkin, I think was this maybe the most expensive bag in my collection. She has velvet. She has velvet on the back. She has little tiny gold feet. She has multicoloured enamel, and the velvet probably makes her, in some people's opinion, a silly choice of a bag, because velvet would not be known for being hard wearing, would not be known for withstanding a lot of wear, for withstanding damage, for not getting marked, for getting chipped. But I don't care. I love this bag. She, again, I use this word a lot. I know. She's a vibe. She's a moment. When I took this bag to London, the amount of people that stopped to talk to me about this bag, because she's unusual and she's striking and she catches your attention. The colours of this bag, the etchings of this bag. Yes, she might not be the most practical. Yes, she might not be the most durable. She is certainly not a bag I'm going to be using every day. Does that make her any less fabulous? No, she's wonderful. And I just can't dislike her any amount at all just because of her lack of practicality. I think she's fabulous. I said that was going to be my last one, but let's do one more. Tweed. Tweed for a bag. Sensible? No. Iconic? Absolutely. Iconic, stunning, quintessentially Chanel, black and white tweed. There's ribbons running through this one, which are starting to, there are bits of the ribbon that are coming out of the tweed and coming out of the tying of the tweed. Does that make her a practical bag? Absolutely not. She gets caught, she gets plucked. If you catch and pluck one of these, hopefully it's going to stay within this little diamond shape and it's not going to go across the whole bag. But she gets frayed. There are definitely marks on this bag because I use this bag. Does this make a usable practical bag? Absolutely not. A lot of people might think, what are you doing, woman, buying a tweed bag? She is the silly of the silliest. I don't care. She's fab. I love her. I just love her. I think this is one of the bags that Caitlin Pulowski featured in her video that she was too scared to use. This bag deserves to be used. She deserves to be seen. Yes, she's tweed. Yes, she is vulnerable to being marked or vulnerable to being plucked. And there are plucks in mine. I have a video talking about the wear in this bag, and there are little bits where the ribbon has lifted, etc, etc, but it doesn't make me love her any less. It doesn't make me think she was a foolish purchase. It doesn't make me think that I shouldn't have bought her. In fact, she's one of my favourite bags in this room to look at. She's one of my favourite bags to wear. When I look at her, she just screams Chanel at me. Oh, there's a big bit of ribbon sticking out here to show you exactly what I'm talking about, where that's come out of the stitching. So that will happen when you buy tweed bags. Also, when you buy tweed bags, you'll get rubbing across it because it's a fabric. Is it a fabric that's perfect to be used at a bag that if you're going to think about for durability? And yes, absolutely not. But does she make a stunning piece to add to one's room and collection? Absolutely she does. And I love her, and I will never ever regret having her. That is a quick run through and whistle stop tour on some of my less practical bags that I'm not calling silly, because they're still fabulous and I love them. Of the bags in here that maybe just don't make a lot of sense to other people, certainly are not made for everyday use, certainly are not the most practical, usable, durable bags, but I love them. They're fabulous. There's something about them that makes me happy, and I love even the colour. Some people would even say the amount of colour that I buy is a bit silly, because I have multiple pink bags, and when we looked at my bags I've never used video, maybe that showed that there's so many pink it's hard to rotate them all, and that's probably silly. I don't regret any of them. Yes, the amount of colours for some people would make no sense, but it's about what makes sense for me, and I absolutely love them and they make me happy. What is your silliest bag? If you haven't done this video yet, please do it. Let us know what are your most impractical, fun, frivolous, impulsive, throw caution to the wind bags. Let us hear about them. Let us see them. Let us bask in the joy of your collection. If you don't have a channel but you've any bags you think fits this description, pop into the comment box and let us know what they are. I will link Dale's video down below. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.